بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمد ونصلي على رسول الكريم. اللهم لا علم لنا الا علمتنا لي واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي زدني رب يسر ولا تسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين افتح يا عليم يا عليم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: كل نفس ظلما الا كان على ابن ادم الاول كفل من دمها عنده ولا من سند قتل متفق عليه. ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه dari Rasulullah
صلى
sallallahu
الله
alaihi
عليه
wasallam
وسلم.
ikut membakir offensively accept that it unfortunately blood is laid because of the blood of Adam,
Hmm.
Adam's first son. لأنه أولا the first one who created mother
Yes.
started mother.
Yes. So the history of mankind's oppression and cruelty began with the life of Qabil, the first son of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. He had killed his brother Habil to satisfy his own little desires. It was the first bloodshed in human history, and the foundation was laid thereby of shedding blood unjustly. And as it been mentioned earlier, that a person who initiates a good deed, then he gets the reward to come afterwards when people practice upon that good deed. Similarly, a person who initiates an evil deed, he gets a portion of that. So, any person who's killed, even Qabil, gets a portion of his killing. الله أكبر. چلو.
يقول قيس رضي الله عنه قال: كنت جالسا مع ابي الدرداء في مسجد دمشق، فجاء رجل فقال: يا ابا الدرداء، إني جئتك من مدينة رسول الله
صلى
من
الله
مدينة
عليه وسلم.
رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم للحديث،
بلغني.
بلغني عنك أحدثه عن رسول الله صلى الله
صلى
عليه
الله عليه وسلم.
وسلم ما جئت لحاجة. إن ليس شرب كثير من قيس رضي الله عنه because one was shooting with Abdullah رضي الله عنه in Masjid Damascus. So a man came and he said that I was Abdullah إلى كم في مسجد رسول الله صلى الله
صلى
عليه
الله عليه
وسلم
وسلم.
وحديث which is reached me that indeed you are narrating رسول الله صلى الله عليه
صلى
وسلم.
الله عليه وسلم.
So I've not come for any need. قال فإني سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. أبو الدرداء said that I heard Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم saying: من سلك طريقا يسلك فيه علما سلك الله به طريقا من طرق الجنة. That whoever treads the path seeking knowledge, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes him tread the path from the paths of Jannah. فإن الملائكة لا تضع أجنحتها غيظا لطالب العلم. Indeed, the malaika, they spread their wings out of pleasure for the seeker of knowledge. وإن العالم يستغفر له من في السماوات ومن في الأرض والحيتان في جوف الماء. And indeed, everything which is in the earth, which is in the heavens and the earth, they seek forgiveness for this person, even to the extent of the fish in the ocean. وإن فضل العالم على الخارج كفضل القمر ليلة البدر على سائر الكواكب. And indeed, the virtue of an alim over a servant is like the virtue of a moon of the night of Badr over
The full moon.
the full moon over the entire stars. فإن العلماء ورثة الأنبياء. من بدع علماء درجة الأنبياء. فإن الأنبياء لم يورثوا دينارا ولا درهما. And the Anbiya did not leave behind dirhams nor dinars. وإنما ورثوا العلم. But indeed they leave behind knowledge. ومن أخذه أخذ بحد وافر. So whoever takes it, takes it with
A great portion.
a great portion. رواه أحمد والترمذي وأبو داود وابن ماجه والدارمي وسلم والترمذي قيس بن كثير.
Yes. So the visitor made it very clear to the Sahabi, to Abu Dardai, that he did not come for any worldly ambition in visiting him. He had come solely to learn the words of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they say he may have came to listen to this very particular hadith from Abu Darda. This that Abu Darda narrated in this hadith. He may have came to listen to this very hadith, or Abu Darda radiallahu ta'ala anhu may have narrated to him in view of the significance at the moment to to tell him about his effort, his journey that he took, especially for the seeking of knowledge. So Abu Dardai might have just narrated this hadith to show him the importance and the great virtue that he had received because he came with the sole intention for learning. All the other is that he came to learn this particular hadith. They say if Abu Darda just mentioned this hadith to show the significance of his journey, then he must have narrated the hadith that he came to learn after that. And then, if you examine the merits of spreading knowledge, teaching, and preaching, we shall realize the significance of this deed. It is more excellent than ibadat, as most of the hadith make clear that the scholar is definitely superior to the abid. The alif is more superior than the abid. Then in the Shar'u Sunnah from Sufyan al-Tawri, rahmatullah alayhi, he says that nothing is superior to one who seeks knowledge today in his sight, in Sufyan al-Tawri's sight. He was asked if sincere intention was of no merit. He said that seeking knowledge itself is an intention, meaning that intention corrects itself automatically when knowledge is sought. He said that some scholars said that they confess to seeking knowledge for worldly needs. But as they started seeking knowledge, then the intention became sincere and became only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. The light of learning brightens their hearts. So even people who start seeking knowledge with a wrong intention, automatically they start seeking knowledge for the right intention once you start seeking knowledge. Because once you start with the knowledge, you fall in love with the knowledge and then it makes it humbles you.
وعن أبي أمامة الباهلي رضي الله عنه قال ذكر إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كان أحد ما عابد والآخر عالم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رجل عالم عن العالم تصلي على أبنائكم ثم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله وملائكته وأهل السماوات والأرض حتى النملة في جحرها حتى الحوت لا يصلون على معلم الناس الخير والتدبير. Abu Imam al-Bahri mentioned to Rasulullah about two men. The first of them is a devout servant, and the other is a alim. So Rasulullah said the virtue of the alim over the devout servant is that my virtue over the highest among you. And he said, then Rasulullah said, indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the malaika and the people.
My virtue over the
most temple,
the lowest among you.
The lowest mountain. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people of the heaven to the earth, and to the extent of the ant in its hole, and the fish, they send salutations upon the one, the teachers of the earth.
Hello, is the next one?
رواه الدارمي عن مكحول مرسلا ولم يذكر رجلان وقال فضل العالم على العابد كفضلي على الناس. ثم تلا هذه الآية إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء من رواية الدربي وما مقتول المرسل. He did not mention two men. Instead, the virtue of the Ali over the Abid is like my virtue over the lowest of you. And he recited the ayah إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. Indeed, the ulama
Yes. All right. So this hadith mentions the superiority of the scholar over Abid, a devout worshipper. It says that the superiority compares to that of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam over the lowest or the humblest among the Sahaba Ridwanullahi ta'ala and Majma'in. Obviously, we cannot fathom the Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam's great virtue and superiority, but it is just to give you an idea that it's so great and so a big gap between the two. Obviously, what it comes is a condition that being an alim, you have to also walk the talk also. Can't be like the ordinary people. That's why it actually serves to be motivation that when you become the alim, you must also get your life in order.